All right, now government is going to unilaterally implement a 3% wage hike for public servants. We're still talking about money from earlier in the week, aren't we? When Finance Minister Govt made the announcement during that midterm budget speech. Now, unions are demanding a 10% increase, but the minister says the hike is in the best interest of the fiscus. So let's find out what the Institute of Race Relations makes of all of this. Mr. Mlondi Mdluli joining me this morning. Mlondi, good morning. Good to have you with us on the show. And it's always going to be a balancing act, isn't it? Obviously, unions want as much as possible for their members. But in the end, as the finance minister was saying very clearly, there's only so much money on the credit card. He simply can't do more. What does IRR make of all of this? Good morning.
Good morning, Gareth. Yes. The 3% wage increase is tough but fair. It is below inflation, which means that in real terms, workers are going to be paid less. But until the quality of service delivery improves, this is the only way to go forward. So the basic idea here is that the workers in the public sector must be like the workers in the private sector, where you only get more money if you add more value.
Yeah, no, I completely understand what you're saying as well. I mean, it's good of you to be able to take the time and talk to us. I want to just talk then about some unions who are going to come out and say that it's a poverty wage increase, even though GDP only expected to grow between 1.9 and 2.1% in the next year or so. Mlondi, let's talk about whether this is still considered a poverty wage, as some people are calling it.
Yes, well, Gareth, as you just said, like the GDP growth rate for this year was estimated to be 2.1%, but has since been revised down to 1.9%. That is not good enough to get the numbers of employment up. As the IRR has conducted many independent polls since 2013. Which have showed that unemployment is the biggest issue. That's affecting the country. So therefore, low growth still is a major problem for the country.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it is a low wage increase, which I'm sure many unions are going to be talking about and getting very angry about as well, because the cost of living, you're quite right, still going up as well. I'm going to leave this as a last question to you, because I do want to bring in the Institute's perspective. When I talk about the minister, and I've got this from your statement, the minister talking about prioritizing value for money over racial considerations. As a last question to you, Mlondi, help me understand what the minister means by that. What's your understanding?
Yes. So, Gareth, as the IRR, we are glad that Minister Govt seems to send a signal to state organs that they can prioritize value for money over racial considerations in public procurement. So basically, he has given the green light for state organs to create their own procurement policies. So yes, so therefore, this is good for the country. Black businesses as well as the poorest of the poor, as well, and as well if you think about it, like the Zondo report, shows that shows that this is clearly the way forward. So yes, so for the past couple of months, we as the IRR have been calling for the minister to allow state organs to determine their own procurement policies. So I guess that we can say that this is clearly a victory for us.